Hey guys, welcome back to this video. Now in this video we're gonna go and become a vampire. Hopefully we can find somebody to bite us. But before we do that, there was a couple of things I forgot to do in the last video. So we'll do them first. Now, the first thing is a lot of people want to hide their helms. So all you do is you hit U or you hit collections, appearances, hats, set active. There is another one to hide your shoulder pads, but you buy that from events. Now, there will be events every now and then throughout the game. They're pretty often. And when you do missions for the event, you get event tokens. And most events give one of the things you can buy with the tokens is the ability to hide your shoulder pads if that's something that you want to do. And a lot of people make money out of farming events. But as a new character, you will find that a lot of those people have like, 5 or more characters, so they can just keep doing the missions and farm the events, and then sell stuff that they get from it. So, but you can make a fair bit of money doing that. But we won't be going into that in these series of videos, simply because you can't bank on that all the time, because events come and go. Sometimes it's a PvP event, sometimes it's something else. Some events are done in the DLC zone, so we won't be able to access them as well. Now, the other thing which I should have done in earlier video was horse training. Now, where are we here? Here we are, here. Now, we don't have a horse at the moment. If we hit you again on the mount, we don't have any horses yet. That's cool. We'll get one at level 10, I believe it is. So that's not a big deal. But we still want to do a horse training anyways.
The Khajiit.
Yeah, as you can see, you can buy a horse. Bugger that. We'll get a free one soon. But what we're going to do carrying capacity for ourselves. Now, if you're just making a normal character, you might want to do speed or stamina. But because we are going to be running everywhere. Now, by the time you level these two skills, basically you will end up being faster than this character, but it takes a very long time. It takes like 120 days to level both those two skills, and we'll be getting decent speed running before that. So basically, instead of that, we're going to increase our carrying capacity so we can carry more gear when we are farming materials and stuff. Okay, that's the basic stuff. Now we're going back to Navigator using the caravan navigator system.
State your destination.
And we're
I'll
going
add
to
you to the
another
list.
alliance. Now, firstly, we're going to become a vampire. Now, we are in Reaper's March, and there is a vampire location in Reaper's March. I don't know where it is because I normally play Daggerfall myself. Now, in Daggerfall, it's in Corey. Now, from memory, where are we? We go around here. I think it's either here. It's just in the alcove here. That's where it is. I know exactly how to get there from the way shrine around here. But I'm pretty sure it's just about here anyway. It's from memory. So, but we're not going to go there. Everybody says the Rift is the best place to go. So we're going to go there. And I said, I've never had problems going to Ben Corey one myself. So we're going to go to the Rift.
We can find room, depending on... Safe travels to you.
Rift, Evan Heart Pact. And feel free to go to every town in every alliance and unlock the way shrines if you want. You'll get a tiny bit of XP. And often the towns have a sky shard nearby. So we're going to get this one on the way. We're also going to visit a Delve now. This way shrine's pretty interesting because all the guild traders are just around here. And so if you're going to do guild traders, you want to get that way shrine, and we will be going to guild traders because some stuff you want to buy, so I'll get into that later. We don't have enough money at the moment to be buying stuff, so. Oh, there's one more thing I forgot to mention. You hit G and you bring up your guild finder. Now, it's very important for you guys. We need to find a guild. Now, what you want is you want a trading guild, okay? so you can sell your stuff too. That's how you're gonna make money. You can try sell stuff in zone. There's no global channel here. There's only zone, and basically so you can go from zone to zone and try to sell stuff in channel. But a lot of people do rip people off and try to do that. So the best thing to do is find a guild trader. Now, depending on your play style and the different activities you want to do, etc. Now, I'm not gonna talk about which guilds I'm in. Like I've already applied for my guilds that I normally play on myself. But what you need to find is a guild that has a trader that does trading and whatever playstyle you want. Now, if possible, also do crafting. But you might not find that because now let's look at this guy. Do they have? Okay, see these guys have you need to make at least 30k sales or pay 1k in raffle tickets really, which isn't too much, but you will find there's some guilds who don't expect you to make sales all the time and stuff like that. You know, they're more casual. In some guilds, some of the sales requirements on some guilds are really, really high, and their locations aren't that great anyways. So, and it doesn't matter if the guild trader is somewhere like, well, let's look at some here. That's High Isle, so we won't have access to that. But to access the guild trader, all you do is go to the bank and go to the guild store. So you can always just make sure you choose the guild that has a trader, because there's been many times I've put stuff into the wrong guild and it doesn't sell now. But you get that. Having access to a guild, there's a lot of benefits from it. And I said we can have the trade guild, which we've got a trader, so we can sell our mats. But there's also a lot of guilds have a guild house, and as I mentioned earlier, you want a guild house that has all the crafting tables. That is like essential. Now, I'll show you a nice guild house for one of my guilds. Now, I know who it is too. He doesn't allow travel to it. Alright, visit primary residence. I'm an idiot. You can't, to go to Cyrodiil, you got to go differently. We wait for hours, but still half asleep, aren't we? Now, this is a really beautiful guild house, by the way it's set up. Now, there might be better examples, but I really like this guild house compared to the other ones I've seen. Now, you got all the basic crafting tables here. These are just basic crafting tables. These are Allen storage, so we can't use them. Now, this merchant will buy and will sell stuff. You can sell stuff too, even if you're Vampire Stage 4. A lot of merchants do not. And this guy is your banker, so you can dump stuff in the bank. But you can't access your guild bank or the guild store through this guy. So, yeah, both these two merchants and these guys here are available to buy with crowns, using the crown store, where you can gain their special currency, and you can have them and spawn them out in the wild if you want to. But as I said, having access to the guild house is very easy to come here. You might be in the middle of a dungeon, well, not a dungeon, but you might be like out in the wild and you want to dump stuff in your bank. You just go to the guild house to dump stuff in the bank. And I'll show you when we leave, you can be right back where you started from. The only exception is if you're in a group dungeon, and sometimes group delves, it brings you back to the beginning. So basically, and if you're in a solo story or something like that, it'll kick you out of the story, basically. Now, this decon merchant is really nice. If you got a bunch of stuff you want to deconstruct, you can do that. You can also filter through the categories, just to only decon what you want. Now this armory system is kind of useless because we got the armory station here. Now the armory station is really handy, and what we're going to do is save both our builds right now. I will go away for a second. And the reason for that is later on, if we want to change something, we can go back to the shrine at Elden Root to reset more stuff. But now we got a backup, and we can rename that to backup. And basically I can keep saving my main build here, and if I wanted to reset some stats and try something else, I can go back to this build here, and automatically most of my stats, especially when we get more and more skill points, have been reset back to the stage. Now hypothetically, if we didn't do a second backup here, and that was empty, and I loaded that, equipped that particular stat, and it was empty, and we didn't have the curse of vampirism, it accused you of vampirism. So hypothetically, if you went and became a werewolf, you could have a werewolf build and a vampire build just using the 2 armory slots. Hypothetically, I've never tried this myself, but you know, it's a possibility anyways. So an armory station is a very handy thing. You can also do like a PvP build and a crafting build, but that's up to you basically what you do with it. So now, not only, now there isn't no shrines, respect shrines like in the Elden Root in any housing that I've seen, but the thing I really like about this place, now you got the Thunderstones here, which is nice. Over here the crafting, these dummies, you can sit there and attack them and basically test out your damage if you want. Now these are the crafting stations, and it's all in alphabetical order. Some other guilds have them all over the place and stuff like that. And here's just one nice neat line, and you can just look at the one full one you want. Now, you need to have traits unlocked. As you noticed when we did the research, we started researching certain traits on certain gear. Now, I think the minimum traits is 2 traits unlocked. 2 of these traits unlocked. And once you get that, there are some armor sets you can start making. Now, some of the armor sets do have some nice stats to them. And basically, and normally you would have to go out and look around the place for basically for places like this here. Now, this place is a place where you can go and build a particular armor set. I'm not too sure which one it is. Now, the thing about having all the crafting stations here is you can access armor sets, crafted armor sets that are available in DLCs. For example, K. I know that one for sure. The Glass Gladiator, that comes from the Gold Coast, which is the Gold Coast is the Dark Brotherhood DLC. But yet, if I had that particular, I can't do it because I've got no traits researched at the moment, not enough traits researched. But if I did have enough traits researched, I could use that armor set without having that DLC. So it's very handy to have a guild house with all the armor, armor sets or crafting tables. So now to exit the guild house, we can exit through here. Now if we exit this particular guild house here, it'll take us out to Craig Lawn. So I think it's one just here we are. It'll take us out to there. Now that's all well and nice, but again, if you exit it, you won't be able to get back into this particular house too. Now there's not a different way, and this is really handy when you have a guild. You hit the guild roster, and as you saw before, I tried to travel to thing. You can travel to other players as long as you have the right DLC. Now this one I won't be able to travel to. See, I don't have the thing, but Riven Spy, that's me. I'm there in the bank sitting there. but I could travel to Trade Lawn. Now that won't cost you any money, so it's a nice way to get around, especially at low levels. Travel to every person you can travel to. Now that person there is in a house, I believe, or is that? I'm pretty sure that's a house, anyways. But so you won't be able to travel to them. But they said you different guilds you have all the different locations, and if they're in like a base game area, you can travel to them. So and unlock it takes you to the nearest way shrine and unlocks it. So now, if you want to get back to where you were, all you do is you log out. And you can log back in. And as you can see now, we're back at Riven Spire, just where we left. So when you want to sell stuff at the guild store, all you do is approach a banker.
This one has many accounts to settle.
Guild store. Now, if you got more than one guild, there will be an option here to basically choose a guild. Now, what you really want to do is make sure that you're at your trading guild to do it, because there's been many a times I've put stuff in the wrong guild. Now, you hit the sell tab, and now I found this before. It's not worth that much, but every credit helps at this point in time. So I put it in. Now, as you can see, the TTC plugin tells me the recommended price. Now, the higher you put it, it might still sell, but it'll take a while. So I normally put it at the low end of the price, so I can get the sales quicker. So it depends on the item. If it's a really rare item, I might put it on the higher end of the price too. So, but a common item like this, as you can see, there's 27 listings already for it. We might as well put it on the low end of the price. Some of the things you can sell. Now, first we'll go to alchemy. Now, as you can see, the poisons don't sell for much, and the top end, the water doesn't sell for much. But some of the lower end waters can sell for quite a bit. So basically, as you see my videos, I've been collecting a lot of water. Now, some of the poisons sell for a bit. I normally use the poisons to basically level my alchemy, and basically use the rest to sell and use for writs and stuff. So now, what else is there? Now, copper raw materials generally sell for a lot more than the refined material. So as you can see, the copper, this is jewelry mats, which I can't use, but I've been collecting them just to sell. Yeah, as you can see, pewter, platinum dust, and silver dust. You know, so it's worth a bit if you got a nice stack. Now, the furnishing materials. Now, these three are the ones that are worth a lot more. You get a lot of these from harvesting those barrels and stuff like I do. This comes from wood nodes, and this comes from enchanting nodes. So apply for a guild. There's a button to apply for it. Don't do a blank message, you know, and basically, because a lot of top guilds will just ignore that. So basically, and just tell them a bit about yourself. Tell them what you want to do, that you're new to the game and stuff. And see what you can do. You can apply for 5 guilds at a time. And if they reject you, just try to find somebody else. Yeah, finding a trading guild is very important to you, because you need to make money. Oops, sorry, I was doing something else.
Got him when I find him.
Oh, I was
now
sent
we've
for you.
unlocked the way shrine. Now, where are we going? Now, we're going to go through here. There's a sky shard and a delve here, which we're going to go through. And then where we're going is we're going to end up all the way up here. We might take a detour to there too. Or maybe I'll get that on the way up. So, no, I do want to get that now, because I think this particular one, you end up somewhere completely different afterwards. So
This is taking longer than I'd planned.
we end up in in Reaper's March, and I think it might be based on your alliance because, as I said before, I've always been Daggerfall. So excellent, we got a skill point. We'll need that later. Now, your flying going cross country is a lot better for picking up math because stuff along the road is often canned. People running along picking up like we are now. Let's kill these squirrels. We only got guts, but that's okay. Guts can come in handy for fishing. Pull up the map for this. As I said, always try to make a detour and check for chests. So
heal me!
take out the healer first.
Circle around!
Aha! Now that lead that doesn't come up in the inventory. It's for scrying, and that is for basic expansion stuff. So you need, I can't remember which expansion. I think it's Brainwall. You need Western Skyrim anyways for that, so it's useful to us.
Now, kill!
We want that. Oh, it's health recovery that I'll do for now. Let's see what other drinks are here. We'll drink it anyways, it doesn't matter. What's that? We don't want bread. Alchemy bottles are good. Sometimes they give water, which we want. Now we don't want to go down here. We want to go this way. Anything else we missed? Okay, that's the boss we've got to kill. And in this case, he's got a couple of friends, so we'll take out the friends first.
Move to flank!
Now, we don't want to spend too many of these points just yet, because we still want the vampire one to come through. And there's a level 10 is not a skill line we're going to be putting on. But hopefully we get one of these skills up to 12 by then. And like basically assassination, we'll put assassination to here. And basically use that to level the skill instead of Assassin's Blade. And basically then we need to level as many skill lines as we can. So let's check bow. No, we don't want to spend all that. We're not going to upgrade this skill because it's only there to level until we get the arrow spray. Now that is good for us because we want to increase movement speed. So we'll add that. The medium armor is nice, but right now I might save my points just until later. So. Put them on. Just use it up so we don't. Just make sure. That's magic of recovery. We don't want. We want stamina recovery. Going.
Destroy!
Ah, now that's all you want.
It's the only love he ever gets.
This is good. Why without realizing, I say that point, but we needed it. Now, a lot of people use this morph for their skill, but in this case, and this does do some nice damage, but we're gonna morph it to this one, and the reason why is because it gives us Mine Expedition, increasing our movement speed, and basically, and it also does a bit of damage when we leave Sneak, Invisible, and Mage Expedition, and basically, and one of the weapon perks which comes up much later on is this one here. So once you do a dodge roll, you get Major Expedition, and then straight away after that, we get an extra damage. So. Obviously, it was an NPC bear the NPC spawns. So now we're coming up to a Dolmen. Now we're not going to do this at our level, but Dolmen's is a great way to level jury skills because
Draw
what
it
happens
ever
is
closer to your
but at the end you get a chest for some rewards, and basically might seem crazy, just do a tiny bit of damage on each one. See, as long as you do a tiny bit of damage, you're basically
We sometimes admire our prey,
get some
and
XP.
secretly applaud when it cheats our snares.
There's always ads. Generates 3 ads on each side.
My subjects failed me. They deserve to be destroyed.
And then the chest spawns here. It's also a good way to never fight it because that's fine. But there are better places for that now. One thing I just realised I forgot to do set up my controls. Now. Generally, I play in first person, so I don't need that. And the default auto run key I use for my Discord chatting to people, so that's my default key for all games. So, and chest. Oh damn! Somebody saw me. Right now, we go for the chest first. There's always people going after chests, so you always want to get them first. And there's always people who sit there and wait for you to fail the chest just so they can loot it instead. So you got to be careful too. Or they'll wait for you to take out the moves in front of the chest, and while you're doing that, they go loot the chest. So there's all sorts of sneaky things people do. Aha, small game, that's what we're being after. We will need that for some recipes, so. And we're here. Checking here. These give game, not small game. Yeah, here we are now. We need to find somebody. Now, obviously, they're either waiting for a bite or they're basically just hanging around. Who knows? They ran away. So now we are in zone for a bite. I guess they want to come and bite me. Hopefully, anyways. Yeah, they might be a bit of a way off, so you can generally see where people are. Oh, he's really close, so it's cool. Damn cat, but Becca's cup he chooses. I could have actually used my main account, which is currently logged in on one of my other computers, to bite myself, but I felt that was cheat. That would be cheating, so. The quest to do to get a vampire now, it was always pretty simple. The game's a very simple game, but it's even more simplified than it originally was. So I don't know why they simplified it, because it was really simple in the first place, but, you know.
Our kind. After you. That is.
Yeah, I wonder if we can loot stuff here. Yeah, you can. Ah, see, we got water from the barrel. We'll just check around for stuff we can loot. Isn't much, but you know, every little bit helps. Oh, let's go get these barrels over here first. Ooh, wine. We'll want that for later. Drinks, well, hopefully anyway.
When I was a priestess of Arche, Molag Bal ravaged me and left me for dead. A group of nomads tried to purify me with fire, but I awoke, changed.
You know, the vision should be here, yep.
The poor girl. May these flames purify her spirit.
Elder, what do you believe happened to her?
Her body was mangled, rent apart by a terrible darkness. Its corruption is still on her. I can feel it.
Is it...
Yes, that is why I insisted we perform this rite at once.
Elder! The girl!
No, we are too late. No, back away.
Molag Bal, father of torment, we curse you! You sought to poison us with your blood! But we survived, and from your poison We grew! King of corruption, your children are coming. They will defile and destroy you! When I saw what I had done, I called out to my god, Arkay! I prayed that he would rid me of Molag Bol's curse. But Arkay did not answer. Arkay! Answer me! I am your priestess! Answer! Molag Bol said you would not come. He said you turned your light away from me. Arkay! Do you hear me? You are false! I reject you! Arkay the Forsaker, we curse you! You left us to suffer in darkness! But we survived, and in darkness we grew. Now we feed upon your foes. We will use their stolen strength to conquer and consume you! Initiate. Kneel in the black pool. Children, this is your kill. Life still flows within its blood. Tear it out, drain it, so that it may join us! Now you are one of us! I offer you a gift. The catacombs are filled with the Defiler's cultists. Sneak up behind your prey and feast. Relish your new powers. Embrace my blessing. Punish the servants of Molag Bal, child. They cower below. Behold, a lamb fit only for slaughter. Eviscerate it.
For the first one, we got a sneak. Yeah. Actually, I thought we had to feed. Now, which one is it? Eviscerate. Oh, okay, don't.
Evisceration trades pain for pain, child. The more grievous your wounds, the more pain.
It's the second one we got to sneak for.
Remember this. This pathetic churl squanders its life. Drain it from them in my name.
The button for sneak is control too.
Draining your foe's essence allows you to mend your wounds. Put their miserable lives to good use. More weak-minded cattle. Mesmerize it. Bend it to your will.
Sporfield's not worth anything, so yeah, for this next one, I think it's number 4, we got to use number 2. You want him facing you, so.
Mesmerism allows a vampire to stun their prey. A helpless meal tastes all the sweeter. Now, kill these worms until your blood quickens. Call upon my power to unleash your true form.
Now, we hit R.
Mortals quake as you approach our blood asylum. You have done well, child. Return to my side.
Oh, he disappeared. Okay, there's one more guy we have to kill up here, so. swimming again.
My relish this. Your
Now
kin
we are
live among the
vampire.
mortals.
Now, where is exit over here? Hopefully these are some missions when you're zoned that respawn, but maybe not in this one. Now, what we got to do, and this is why we done this straight away as soon as we left the beach and started our new character, is so we can level the skill line as we go through. So that's all we got to do. Now, just you move that to here and move that to here. They both use Magicka. This uses slightly less, and it does do a bit more damage. We want this for the speed mostly, not for the damage it does, but for the speed and the extra damage when you leave invisibility, etc. So now, technically later on we'll be moving these around a bit and stuff like that, as I mentioned. So, but for now, that'll be our primary spammer when we get in close and personal. So. And we still have an extra skill point, but that's what the next video is going to be about. So, okay, now we're in Reaper's March. So it must send you back to your line, for basically where your particular alliance is. Now, there's a boss here. I've seen people kill this boss. We're here to get him. Basically, we'll reach all around here, which is where we're just let him kill us.
Attack!
Excellent. And as I said, now we've unlocked a new way shrine as well, and we can easily head back to town. This is going to be our base of operations anyways, because it's a nice small town and has everything really close by. We'll be doing our trade skill writs, which we'll be doing a video of it later on, and I'll explain trade skills a bit more there and involves that. So anyways, thank you very much for watching the video. And have a nice day. I'm going to take my turn to the bank and empty it now, and I'll see you in the next video.